So hello guys, and today welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about how to get better movement. Now obviously I'm going to talk about some maps that you can use to get some good movement, what good movement does to your game, all that good juicy information. So why am I so energetic today? That is because I snorted a solid mushroom before recording this video. I really do recommend that, by the way. But yeah, in this video we're going to be split up into chunks, couple of chunks, so it is easier to see and watch. So look at the description down below, there will be timestamps. So if you think a section, you already know that section. Bro, I'm so good at this game, I know the section, bruv. Skip to the next section, okay? So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and peace out. Not peace out, don't peace out, don't peace out, don't peace out. And please enjoy.
So what's up guys, and now let's move on to the segment of box fighting. Now box fighting is really hard, and movement is quite important in this factor. Now when I mean box fighting, I mean when you're in the same box as someone, so it's not quite box fighting and you want to beat someone. Obviously there are some tips like have good mechanics, have good game sense, but I'm going to give you one tip that is going to help you improve so much at these close encounters. Now obviously you guys will know about right hand peaks and the fact that everyone in Fortnite is right-handed. So let me just go inside this box right here. Now when I'm inside this box, look how my camera is much closer to the player. What I mean by this is that, look how far away my camera is right here. The FOV, I can see my toes right here. Right, I can see maybe to the back of my knees, but here I can't see my knees. This is because Fortnite is a third-person game, but since otherwise I would see the wall instead of my character, right? And that's not quite good. So instead I see like the bottom of my pants. Now what happens with this is that your character is much more zoomed in. Now the tip I'm going to go over is very simple. Make a curve this way. Say your opponent is right here. You want to curve in to their left. So you want to be, for you, the right side of your opponent right here. Bang, bang, bang. That's the position you want to be. Not like this. Instead like this. You want to be right here. Now, obviously, you can go straight like this, but then you're probably going to get shot. So you want to be a bit evasive, so you want to go around in a curve like that. The reason you want to do this, right? So like I said before, the FOV is smaller, meaning, okay, let's say there is an enemy to my left right here. Now, if he is always moving around, that means I have to go like this and always move my character around. Like this, right? If he's to my left, I have to go like that, go like that, go like that, keep on going around. Problem with this is that my character is also on the left hand side of the screen, meaning that if there is an enemy right there, before I can put my crosshair on my opponent, my body blocks it, right? So that I can't see right here. I can't see him for a second. Now this is basically what you want to create, this situation right here. This is why you want to always stick to the left. Obviously when I'm turning around like this, right, I am, I guess, making it so that I'm not on his left anymore. But as soon as I do this, I want to go back to his left, so I want to go quickly around his left again when he does that. That means that I will always be like this, and my character will, not always, but you want to be that most times your character is blocking, their character is blocking your face. That is why a lot of people do use this technique. It is so useful. Another reason for this is that when it's
pause. Now in the video I explained this bit really bad, so I'm going to explain it one more time. So when I zoom in to shoot my opponent, maybe with an SMG, my character is even closer to the screen. And look what side of the screen she is on. That's right, the left side. So let's say there is an opponent. I can't really Photoshop this in, but let's say there is a character behind me instead of in front of me. I'm bad at Photoshop. So let's say that I cannot see my character at all when I'm hardscoping. So that is what I was trying to say. Now I've explained it better. So
and
yeah.
Right here, just to prove it, right? I actually have been getting invites from my friend for like the last 2 minutes. So I'm going to join him, do some aim drills with him, which is a good way to practice. I'm not sure if I've said this since I'm going to...
No, you haven't. I hate my past self.
Later, but if I haven't said it, aim drills is so good. So I'm going to do some aim drills with him, and I'm going to clap him up just to show to you that, this really does work.
So this is the aim drill, and I'm guessing you guys didn't want to hear the sound of for for like 2 minutes, I've decided to go post commentary audio. See, I am continuing to go to his left side, and I'm penetrating that. Look at those headshots. Oh my god, get the Kovacs up, boy. Get the Kovacs up. And look at the movement of his character. It's the exact movement I was talking about before. That weird, awkward movement where you keep on going left to left to left to left to left. I actually end up winning this. I'm going to cut to the point where I'm winning. I've skipped about 30 seconds for your sanity, so you don't have to keep watching this. Bang, I win. Look how much I win by, 2,200. The only reason I won that is because I kept staying to the left of him. Now, right here, this is another game. I have an inspirational quote. Remember what I said before? I actually cut this bit out, so I'm going to talk about what I talked about before. Is that when your character is covering the opponent, right, you tend to have to flick your shots, and when you flick your shots, it usually becomes low, like 30s or 50s, never really like 100. That's what I was talking about, so that'll make more sense now, what I'm about to say. When you keep on doing this, I have a quote from my teammate that will music to my ears. Listen.
I'm hitting headshot 30. I literally was hitting headshot 30 at some points.
Oh, that just sounds so good. And that laugh at the end, that isn't, ha 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 laugh. That's a demonic laugh, knowing what I just did to him, okay? I hope you're watching this, bro. Wait, no. I hope you're actually not watching, so you don't do that to me ever again in Angels. And I'm the Angels champion! But yeah, so if you want to clap up your friends in Angels, do what I just did. Every time works. Trust, trust, trust. I think I just mucked up my sentences before, but who cares? And also, this is such a good way to practice movement, aim drills. It helps so much, so practice aim drills every day, and you'll become very cracked at the Fortnite. So we're going to talk about dodging and being evasive inside someone's box now. So this is actually another reason why aim drills is really good to practice. But let's say you're standing in someone else's box. You're box fighting them. So both of you have got your shotgun. What the hell am I saying? Both of you have got your shotgun out and you're fighting each other. Now at this point, let's just say you stand directly still. Obviously your opponent is going to clap you just because they don't have to move their crosshair one bit. Okay? You understand that? So that means you basically have to do the complete opposite of what they're doing. So you have to dodge left and right, jump up and down. That is what you need to do. So here's a clip of Nsoo, one of my favorite players to watch right now. I think he's really underrated, and he's in someone else's box right now. And I just want you to look at his movement right now. So he's inside his box. He goes right, then he quickly ducks down and goes left. Then he goes right. He does that beautifully. That is the type of movement you need. Now, a lot of people, combine with this jump up and down. Which jump up and down? How do you jump down? But jump up, right? But I don't know if that's the best idea, since when you're on controller, right, when another person jumps, you automatically lock onto the player. That's why I'm a bit skeptical on that one. But if you're versing a mouse and keyboard player, it might be a good idea. But obviously, in a real game, you're not going to know that, only in creative. So yeah, jumping, you can choose that, whatever you want. But yeah, I do really recommend crouching and going left and right. Now, the next thing I'm going to go over is really simple. It's about peeking and going for peek shots. Now, if I told you to do this in creative, right, 100% or 90% of you will be able to do this no problem at all. Every single time I tell you to do it, you'll be able to do it. But in a real game, instinctively, you guys probably won't do it. Obviously, there's, people that will be able to do this to watch my videos, but every single time, that is really, really hard. Since when you're usually going for a peek, you're panicking, you're thinking about a lot of other things. This is what separates the great players from the pro players, right? To learn this, you can't just flip a switch and learn it. You gotta practice this a million times. You gotta nail these peeks a million times in creative, then slowly it'll get introduced into your games. You'll do it once per game, then you do it twice per game, then you do it 3 times per game. It's really hard. And you guys probably won't even notice you're doing it wrong, right? Heat of the moment. This is why VOD reviewing is so important. Check over your games, see if, you're peeking correctly. So now I'll teach you how to peek correctly and most efficiently using the best movement. Let's check it out! So let's say you're going for a classic peanut butter edit, and you edit it, and this is what you do. This is the type of peek you do. Now, that peanut butter peak has been completely ruined. You've got the peanut butter, you've sticked your foot in it, you've stuck both of your fingers in it, and you've stuck that up your nothing. Just kidding. So obviously when you do this peanut butter edit, you want to go to the very left hand side of the wall, so that when you peek, you've got the least amount of body showing. So yeah, how you can actually do this is that, obviously I don't do that in the first clip, but how you can do that, I see a lot of people just walking on the ground, but instead if you jump up and move diagonally, you can instantly, with one motion, go to the left hand side, then you can obviously go for the shot. You can see that right now on your screens. So yeah, make sure to practice these every single time you go for the peanut butter peak, and yeah, hopefully you can do this in game. So finally, we're going to be talking about movement in game. So moving, using a controller to move, joystick to move, movement to get around the map might be a better way to word it. So let's say you and your opponent are ramping up. Now, high ground is the most important thing about Fortnite, and you guys all know this. So it's important to go to high ground first. Get that high ground first, get that advantage. Now, let's say you have to stop in between. What's going to happen? He's going to get the high ground first, and he's going to get the advantage. This means that you always have to keep sprinting and not stopping when you get high ground. This is because if you cancel your sprint, you lose all the momentum you just built up before. And to start that momentum up again, and to start fully sprinting, it takes a second or two. Now, you really see this a lot in the high ground creative community like Face Sway. When they're doing high ground retakes, there's crazy high ground retakes, right? If they stop and, cancel their sprint halfway through, they muck that high ground retake up. And, in game, that would be equivalent to losing high ground. Obviously, you're not cranking your double-decker 2XL structures, but this applies to in-game as well. So, you gotta practice not stopping. Now, obviously, this is very hard. It's really a thing where you just have to keep on playing to learn. But if you want to practice it, there's a couple of maps I would do. The first map I would do is this map right here, the world's second movement course. Now, there is a world's first movement course, but he updated it, and there is a second one now. I think it's made by Coach Jazz, I'm not sure. I'll put the code on screen. If it's not on screen, please check the description down below. Or search the map that I just said. And yeah, this map is really good. The peaks I talked about before, it does that as well. And it does a lot of things where it's very... I don't see a map where you can train the things that you can in this map. It's a really good map. I'm really just sucking this map off right now, but it's really good map, so I would recommend doing that map. Maybe on the daily, I don't know. And another thing I would recommend heavily is the what's it called? Practicing side jumps. Now, side jumps is very crucial to not stopping a momentum. So let's say someone blocks you off right when you're ramping up. If you can do a side jump, you still can continue that momentum. If you can't, and you have to turn around, do a 180, it's not good. You lose all that momentum, pretty much. So, I would practice side jumps. A lot of you, I think, already know how to do side jumps. If you don't know how to do side jumps, please practice them. Do the full version, then once you get good, do the full ramp version. But yeah. And one more thing I would practice is death runs. Now, death runs, I guess I see a lot of people saying they're for casual players, but they're really important to practice your movement, in my opinion. It's, you don't really see a player that is bad at death runs that are pro players. You don't see that. It's because, movement is really important. And when you have good movement, you can usually do good at death runs. That's just how it works. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video took me so long to make. I think this might be one of the longest Fortnite videos on my channel. And I really do want to upload more videos like this, because this is really my passion. This is what I like. But if this doesn't get views, if my other content gets more views and likes, I would rather upload that, because it takes maybe a third of the time to make. So if you really do like this, please leave a like and subscribe, and hope you guys have a good one.